Hey guys, it's Heather from the Minecraft blog, and today I will be showing you how to make a cabin-style kitchen. So let's go ahead and look around first. I'm really excited to show you guys this too. There's a lot of decoration, and a lot of cabinets, which I will fast forward through later on, so you don't have to sit there and watch me build every single cabinet. You have a refrigerator, a stove, a sink, a microwave, a bar, island, table. Yeah, so it's your pretty standard kitchen. As always, I'm using Nate's texture pack, or resource pack. It's my favorite pack because recently he's made an update where he makes, I think it's oak saplings look like little bonsai trees, which I think is so cool. They're one of my favorite types of trees, so. Okay, so these are the materials that you will be using. It's a lot, so you're gonna have to bear with me during this. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna grab a few of these. And they're not all going to fit, which is okay. Okay, so I've already went ahead and built the beams going across the ceiling, as well as placing the cabinets, or where the cabinets are going to go. The reason I did this is because it's going to take a lot of time trying to place them and everything, and those shouldn't be there. But yeah, you're just going to use jungle planks and jungle stairs. And this room is 20 by 11. So if you're trying to replicate it exactly, it's 20 by 11. Okay, so let's start with the bar. You're gonna put these here, and because we're gonna use pistons as chairs, we're gonna make it another one taller. Technically, this would be very awkward if you were actually serving someone at a bar, but you're not actually serving someone at a bar. So we're gonna go ahead and dig down, and we're gonna get our redstone block. You can use a redstone torch, but I chose to use a redstone block. And then we're gonna grab our piston and go ahead and make those seats. So that's pretty cool. So you already got your bar down, so that's one form of seating. And we'll do the table later and the centerpieces later. And why don't we go ahead and do the refrigerator? So you're going to take 2 blocks. Actually, no, you're not going to do that first. You're going to go ahead and stand behind and look at the block in front of you and put your doors in. And I did something really stupid because I trapped myself in. But that's okay. And then you're going to take your block of quartz and put those behind it. So it resembles a refrigerator, which, is a pretty good refrigerator, if you ask me. Something I did not grab is a quartz slab. Actually, yes, I did. But that's okay. We're going to put a quartz slab on top so it looks taller than a refrigerator, which, it looks pretty good. And next we're going to do the stove. You're going to take a furnace. You're going to take 2 furnaces. And then you're going to take the weighted pressure plate and put those on so they look like burners. And then you're going to put the range over the top. I think that's what they call it. Either way, it's the hood that like soaks up all the smoke when you burn something on the stove. And then we're going to do the sink. So you're going to attach it to the wall. And then you're going to get the tripwire hook that you've seen in the last video. And you're going to place it there. I know in my house I have a light over the sink. I don't know if anyone else does, but I kind of base this off of some pieces off of my house. So we're going to put trapdoors in front of it so it doesn't look tacky because it doesn't really resemble the redstone lamps. And then we are going to put in the microwave, which I didn't actually come up with this. Nathan did. And I think it's really smart. So you're going to take a furnace and a block of iron and put it next to each other. And then you're going to take a sign and do the numbers. Which is basically just the little brackets. The number, another bracket, and then a space between it. So I'm sorry if this takes a while. And then you just put a 0 on the bottom. So you have your microwave, and that looks pretty good. Next, I think I'm going to do the cabinets, which I plan to fast forward through. Okay, so if you don't know how to make these drawers and cabinets, you can always look back to the last video I made, which was the bathroom one, where I show you directly how to make those. These are a new one I came up with recently. You put the letter O. Actually, on this one, if you didn't catch it when I fast forwarded everything, this one I spaced all the way to the end, and then I backspaced to put the letter O, and then did one space. And with this one, it's the opposite. So I put a space, then an O, and then spaced all the way to the end. And those look like the longer cabinets, that swing. Okay, so structurally, we're basically done. So let's add the table. I need this. The table I made is 3 wide and actually lines up. One, two, three, four, five. There we go. It's 3 wide and it lines up with the window. I left enough space. Yeah, I left enough space so people could actually get behind in the back, which is always important. Because if you're ever at family events and there's chairs blocking you and you have food, it's always a pain in the butt to try and get behind them. So then, okay, so regardless of how big you make your table, you can make it whatever size you really want, but this is the size that I made. Basically, you put the block in the center, and then you line the outside with stairs, so it forms that nice lip around the table. And it looks really good. I used dark oak as my seating. No, I didn't. I used birch as my seating. Right, okay. So then you are going to evenly space your chairs. And that looks pretty good, if you ask me. So let me clear out some of this stuff so we can make more room to decorate stuff with. We'll be adding details soon. Okay. So while we're adding detail right now, I chose red for what I want my placemats to be. You can pick whatever color you want. Just make sure it's not something that doesn't really work with the color scheme. I honestly cannot stress enough how important it is for you to stick to a color scheme. And I'll add some candles in. And now we'll add the detail. One thing I realized that I forgot to do is I forgot to put an island in the center of this kitchen. So and I also forgot to do the counters. But that's okay, because that kind of counts as detail. The island is just like where you prepare food, if you don't know what that means. It's kind of like an extra helper. So it like holds all the food while you're preparing it. And I'm going to do black counters. And I'm not going to put that on the bar. 1, because it's not going to fit. And 2, because I really like the way the cobblestone looks. It kind of looks fancy for a bar. Also, when you're placing your carpet, make sure it doesn't like place another one above it. Because that would be really awkward. Yeah. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. Now we're going to do the item frames. So I really don't... In my kitchen at home, I usually have stuff all over my counters. Because, I mean, that's kind of the point of counters. It's to hold stuff. But what you put on your counters is really whatever you feel is appropriate. Beside the refrigerator, I thought that you could put spices and I thought of the potion of healing for like, I don't know, red pepper and the potion of poison for parsley. You know, it really doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. This is kind of where you have creative freedom. I'm going to put some flowers up here kind of give it that rustic look. Word of the day, it's rustic. That was really cheesy. And then I'll put an apple there, and those don't go there, they actually go here. And I'm going to put the toast or bread under the microwave, which is actually where it is at my house. Oh, I forgot to grab something. And I don't feel like reaching in the inventory to get it. Okay. And I had a request to put cake somewhere in the video, so that's where I'm putting it. Putting it right there. Okay, so I know most people have like some form of buttons or dials or something on their stove. So I chose a clock and a compass to act as those. You could use 2 compasses, 2 clocks, doesn't really matter. It's really whatever you want. I'm going to clean some more of this stuff out. And I did not grab a flower pot. Okay, so for the centerpiece, you can use whatever you want as well, but I'm going to use the oak sapling because I like bonsai trees. And that's what I planned to do originally. And there was also a shelving unit thing over like right about here. You do not have to do this. I thought it was kind of important because I know people who put their fine china in their dining rooms, and I felt like that was fitting. And the last step is for the paintings. So I thought that this area is perfect for the paintings. And I didn't get that on my first try, but that's okay. I'm just going to edit it. That's okay. Sometimes it messes up, and that's kind of aggravating because I'm not very patient. But that's okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. And there you have it. You've made your rustic cabin-styled kitchen. Good job, guys.